Hey everyone, welcome back to a North Texas Weather Center forecast, and today what we're looking at is a chance for some wintry precipitation across North Texas tomorrow morning. This would include that chance for some rain and a mix of rain and sleet across a lot of North Texas, and that would include DFW tomorrow morning. I'm going to break down everything you need to know in terms of when you'll see it, and as well as the temperatures tomorrow morning, what factor that has on what we'll see, and as well as what we're looking at in terms of who will actually see it and when. So I'll break down all that for you. So let's go ahead and check out the future radar. I'll get into the temperatures and also our 7-day forecast a little bit later in this forecast. We will not see anything tonight. I don't really anticipate anything. If anybody does see any sort of rain or maybe a mix of some sleet and rain, that would be across areas south of I-20 between about 12 and 6 in the morning. So you can see 2, 3 o'clock. This rain is primarily to the south of I-20. I can't rule out that we start to see some isolated, little mixture showers of some rain and sleet enter North Texas, or not enter North Texas, excuse me, enter DFW, and you can see that will be a possibility around 4 in the morning, so areas like Claiborne and Weatherford might start to see some rain and sleet following that early. 5, 6 o'clock, this moves off to the north and northeast, and eventually by 7 in the morning, it continues to push off to the northeast pretty slowly, and eventually we will start to see probably after about 11 o'clock or so, it'll just turn into a cold rain, and then eventually by about noontime, all this should move out to our east, and we should dry out here in North Texas. Any remaining precipitation will just be a cold rain. Temperatures will be warm enough by that point to not be able to support any sort of wintry mix, so that would mean anything like a sleet or even the potential for maybe a few wet snowflakes. All right, let's go ahead and check out the temperatures tomorrow morning, and you're going to probably think right off the bat, these temperatures don't look like they'll support sleet and even maybe a few wet snowflakes. They actually will, because the temperatures up in the atmosphere are not necessarily cooler. They're actually going to be warmer, about a few thousand feet up in the atmosphere. There'll be a bit of a temperature inversion. So this will limit any sort of snow that falls. That will mean that there might be 1 or 2 wet snowflakes that get through that little warm layer. But the thing is that it will turn back into most likely sleet as it continues to go down in the atmosphere, because temperatures will be cold enough to support that closer to the surface, which is why, again, there could be that chance for some mixture of rain and sleet. Again, a few snowflakes can't be ruled out. If that is a possibility, it will be in areas in the northern sections of North Texas. That would primarily be areas like Sherman. Can't rule out a snowflake or two. The thing to be very notable about is that this should not impact, or will not impact actually, travel. If you're going to work, you don't have to be worried about ice. It will not accumulate on surfaces, mainly due to the fact, again, the temperatures across the region all are forecasted to be in the mid to upper 30s. You can see Plano 38, Dallas 39, Sherman 36. The coolest area in North Texas looks to be Paris, and that's 34. Again, you're not going to be having to be concerned about that accumulation of ice. In Paris, if sleet does fall early enough, I can't rule out maybe a little bit of slick bridges, but that would be it. I don't really anticipate anything beyond that. But again, that will not impact DFW. So don't be concerned about that. Temperatures will warm up during the day anyways. You can see by 9, 10 in the morning, a lot of us will be in the low 40s by then. Eventually, by about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, all of us will actually be probably close to 50 degrees. Some areas like Wichita Falls, they'll see majority sun for the day, will be closer to 60. So you can just keep that in mind. Wind chills as well tomorrow morning, you'll see that wind chills are going to be much cooler than the temperatures. Again, we'll have a little bit of a wind out there, not necessarily strong, but definitely a bit of a breeze. Temperatures will be feeling like the upper 20s back off to the northeast, low to mid 30s in DFW, closer to 40 in Claiborne. So just keep that in mind. All right, here's my overall forecast in terms of what we'll see and who will see what. So you can see that the winter precipitation, I know it's not very easy to see it on the future radar. It doesn't show the mixture of rain and sleet. It only shows the mixture of like freezing rain or snow. So just keep that in mind. The future radars don't show that. But you can see that the areas that could have a chance for maybe some rain and as well as some sleet mixing in there will be anywhere from about Denton County and back down to the south and east. So you can see Paris is included, Sulphur Springs, Terrell, Corsicana, Waco is also included, Stephenville. Areas that are not really included in this would be Tyler, as well as Brownwood. So areas like that will not see any sort of sleet. I can't rule out maybe 1 or 2 sleet pellets, but again, it will not be that major. And again, I'm going to keep this very specific. Most of us will see, probably about 90% of us will see primarily cold rain. There will be about 5 to 10% of us that will see maybe a bit more of a 50-50 sleet and rain at some point. But again, it seems like primarily about 90% of what falls will be cold rain and about 5 to 10% will actually be sleet. So just keep that in mind. Again, we're not really anticipating all sleet. It's not going to accumulate. No travel impacts are expected in that regard. Obviously, rain can impact travel, but again, the sleet will not, so just keep that in mind. All right, the next 7-day forecast, I'm so off right now, but the next 7 days, we're going to see temperatures for the most part in the upper 50s for Tuesday, low to mid 60s for Wednesday. Temperatures right back closer to the 70s for Thursday, about 15 to 20 degrees above average Thursday. We will see 80s return for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and that will not end until at least Monday, with temperatures dropping back into the mid-70s as storm chances will actually return. Really unseasonal temperatures are going to be returning again. We're going to be 25 to 30 degrees above average heading into Saturday, and that will be close to record highs as well for the weekend. This forecast is brought to you by All Dents Repair.